Aloha. Beautiful golden pod. Beautiful, beautiful humanity of love. Here we are. Hi, Anna. Aloha, Miss Symphonic. Hi, Renee. Hi, Amy Sunshine. Here we are, beautiful beings of love and light. Love we all so much. Miss Monica, Deborah, Marcy, aloha. So nice to have you join us. Doing a little love stream. Estelle, love we so much. Aloha, Lori. Amy Sunshine, such a good name. Hi, gorgeous beings of love. Denise, Monica, little hearts, all this love. It's so good to see you all, truly, truly, truly. So it's interesting, Alicia, there you are, putting out all that epicness that you have been. Love, 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 yes, so much epicness. Natalie, gosh, aloha, welcome. Here we are swinging on a swing together. We are enjoying the perfection of our beautiful creation. Satina, aloha. Wow, the rooster is really crowing. It's so good to be here together. So, this feels, hi Lawrence. You're such a superstar, Mr. Lawrence. I love your stories. So good to follow your journey. Systems buster. Loving those systems. Toshania Heartsong. What a gorgeous name. Welcome. Beautiful beings of love. So, this is a beautiful and special feeling kind of love stream today. It feels like a really significant moment for all of we as we have passed through so many tests and initiations and gates to discover what is upon us. And in my own journey, and there's lots of things to share today, I had written them up in notes and placed them in the body of the text of this love stream, and I tried 3 times to do my love stream, but apparently it wasn't going live. So, hi Sun! So this chat today was inspired by connection with a beautiful, long-time, dedicated being on the planet, Sun Tzu Wong, and we have a deep connection to Mu and the grid lines and the dragons and the perfection of immaculate conception of our creation, our heaven on earth. And I was going to do this love stream yesterday, and I kind of missed my quantum window when the transmission was coming through, and it was re-inspired today when Sun and I were conversing, and it was so good to hear your voice again, Sun. We're hearing our transformation through our voice and our word, and what is truly upon us, and the word that's coming for me is the word of tenderness. The tenderness of love. You know, where have we found ourselves in this process that we've been going through? What is the purpose? What is the quantum leap? And so I feel really guided to share with all of we my own internal discovery of what I am learning. And I'm also excited to announce that we are doing a trip to Egypt in November, which is coming through with profound clarity through transmission, and it's all connected to what we're sharing in this love stream about love and tenderness. And so also doing an online retreat on Friday, and Miss Symphonic is going to place the notes. Yes, Alicia, you're coming. So the notes that I made for everything we're going to talk about in this love stream, Miss Symphonic is going to place in the comments. So we're going to do an online video gathering on Friday, and it's about love and tenderness and putting all the pieces together of this magnificent journey that we've all been navigating together. And we'll talk more about that love stream or that online gathering on Friday, but I invite you to join us. We will do it at 11:11 Hawaii Standard Time, and that's 1:11 Pacific and 5:11 Eastern, and maybe 10:11 in some of the beautiful countries in Europe. So I see Miss Symphonic just posted all the notes from this chat, everything that we want to share today. So it's so beautiful. I love this swing, and I say that we are in Mu, we are in the garden, and that's where we have been sharing with all of you, for some miracle coordinates. And this location on this swing is a very special place to me in the garden, and one of the things I love about it is there is a big brown cow that likes to come and join me. I'm not sure you can see the cow from here, but she comes. It's really profound. She comes when we sit on the swing here, and she is such a metaphor of tenderness and what I'm feeling and finding that our human purpose is at this miracle coordinate on the planet. And of course, everyone has their own purpose, and we know within, but this feels to me like what is coming through is a very important piece for all of us, because we've been navigating the terrain of the DNA inside of us. So through the equinox, just before the equinox, we pass through this window called conflict. And the way that I would describe conflict is actually the higher iteration of it is the transformation of the light body taking over our physical vessel. By the way, if this love stream is helpful, please share it. Just push the share button right now. Push like or love. Sharing is gifting, and so it feels like this is such an important one to share with all of us. So we can just push share while we're watching. So if we thought of DNA like a virus inside of us, or a tool that has to flood with light in order to liberate us, on the shadow level, DNA can feel like a virus because we are navigating from the supra-intelligent consciousness of our wholeness, and our light bodies are coming in to take over the avatar. It's kind of like the DNA has been on autopilot running the physical vessel until we could raise our consciousness high enough for the light body to come in and say, I've got this. I'll take the reins from here. So that sixth gene and passing through this frequency of conflict has been really, really big for all of us. And it completed on World Peace Day, September 21st. How perfect, because peace is the resolution of that internal conflict. And one of the things that I have been sharing this week is that as we're navigating this process, if we're in partnership physically, the guidance is saying walk hand in hand together, but keep our eye focused on the goal. Don't look at each other, because when there's an internal process occurring and we turn and we look at another, we might mistake them for the uncomfortability that we might be just feeling inside of us. We're going to talk more about the cow. The cow is standing now. She's so cute. She is so cute. The reason that I love the metaphor of the cow here is because it really aligns with this topic of tenderness. So once I heard Satguru say that cows are empaths, and if we are crying, cows cry with us. Like, wow, pretty sacred, these beings. So we're learning a whole new way to be with ourselves, which is to discover tenderness. And in my own journey, in my investigation through the last many miracle coordinates since March, we have been in a deeply, we could say karmic process, we could use many different words, we could just say the house clearing process. So whatever souls and beings and reflections we have been gifted, I say these souls have been of the highest love for us to be able to hold the reflection, to assist each other to do the internal navigation, to unlock ourselves from the DNA, the two-strand, the polarized consciousness. So what maybe appears to the ego as a conflict is actually the greatest love ever. And in this learning, what we are coming to is understanding that we are stewards of something very unique and special. We are becoming the embodiment, the parents of love. And love is a very tender seed of consciousness. And what I have learned in my navigation inside of myself is that in order to birth this love consciousness that we all know that's coming through us, I want to say the word must, but there is no must. We are invited to recognize the tender and delicate nature of what is upon us. The true delicate nature of love. Love is a seed. Oh, there's a weed eater. I don't think that cow likes the weed eater. I'm going to talk about the cow in a moment, but I think I will move on from this weed eater so we don't have to listen to that. Here we go. So the cow came over to the tree and she laid close to me under the shade, and she did this amazing thing. She laid her very big body down. Let's go visit her for a moment, even though the weed eater's here, because she's such a metaphor and I love her so much. And I know you will too. Look. Oh, she's looking right at us. Can we see her? There she is. Hi, baby. Oh, she's adorable. So the cow came and laid down, and then she turned her long head all the way around the side of her body, and she was looking at me, and she had her head tipped so gently. Like, you know, when you look at your friend, you kind of go like, really? Or you're just like being really tender with someone else. She did that with her head, and her whole neck had her turned around so that her head was actually resting on her own heart. And I was like, oh my God, we're just about to do a love stream on the tenderness of love and what is occurring through us. And then a weed eater shows up. Doesn't feel very tender, but we'll bliss it anyways. This cow was such an incredible metaphor of saying, be tender with ourselves in this process. We know we did it. We know we got through, it's already done. So how do we begin to embody the celebration? Hi, Juniper. Love you so much. Coming for some of that moo moringa. how do we now like really move into the celebration of what is occurring through us? And this entire journey is about us remembering energy and restoring energy to its base element, our relationship with it, like silly putty. And so I have been learning through my journey and my external freedom. Love me. Mwah! Love you so much, Miss Freedom. I have been learning through beautiful reflections in my life, like Freedom and Symphonic and Guilherme Unity and so many others, because we're living in a communal process here in Mu. And so we're all learning to be tender together. And when I'm talking about tenderness now, I'm really feeling to impart what I am learning about this tenderness process. So let's begin with holding a seed in our hand, like a hummingbird egg. If you've ever seen the egg of a hummingbird, they're like so tiny and delicate. This is the seed, except we'll say it's bigger and it's golden, or make it whatever you want it to look like. The seed that we're holding in our hand is so profoundly delicate. So if we went into a meditation around the world and each one of us held in our hands simultaneous the delicate nature of what we are birthing, we would realize and recognize we could take all of our energy and focus away. Hi, Ava. From all of our concerns and worries, from all of the small self ego, from all of the external distractions, like if God came down, or Source, or whoever, Allah, and put this delicate seed in the hand of each of us. You know, like how a lot of the world was waiting for the handouts like Nasara and all those things. This is actually the superabundance. This is the gold. If this love stream is helpful, please share it right now. That's gifting, as we always say. So we're going to find a nice place to sit. I really like that place by the swing. So we have had a delicate seed. We are going to walk back this way again. Maybe the weed eater will be gone. We have all now, let's say that this equinox represented the miracle coordinate moment when creation came to each one of us and placed this golden seed of tenderness, of love in our hands, each one of us. So let's just like take a moment together and like truly, I'm holding the camera so I can't put both my hands together right now. Well, I could if I could levitate the camera, which I know I can, but just if we were to just like get a feel for what we're sharing, it's like both of the hands together, and Source just came down and gave us something better than spiritual white boy financial accounts and all that stuff. Spirit just gave us the seed of love consciousness. So we're going to Egypt in November, and we invite all of we to join or tune in to what this journey is, because it's the journey of love, it's the tenderness of love, and we are carrying that seed of love to the Nilotic meridian. Make notes, Miss Symphonic, the transmission is coming in. We're discovering what our journey to Egypt is about. The journey to Egypt is about Genesis, the Isis within us, our birthright, restoration of the true garden. And that true garden a really big branch just fell out of the tree. How cool is that? So we'll bring more details through about Egypt as they come through. Stay with us. And I feel that there's a really big group of us who are meant to do this, to carry the seed of love and tenderness home to the garden, the Nilotic meridian, the largest meridian in the world, goes right through the center of Africa. We're carrying this seed home. The white lions live on the Nilotic meridian, the Dogon, Credo Mutwa. He's calling us to bring home this seed of tenderness. So how do we do that? We do it inside of us. How do we do it in relationship when we are physically with our partner? We hold their hand, but we look straight ahead. Don't look right now to each other, because that's where the projection field might continue to interfere with what's really happening inside of us. Just all of us eye on the prize, because we know what is motivating and inspiring us. It's love. So the guidance through the transmission is giving us the capacity and the coordinates for how to do this. Little bug on my nose. The guidance is giving us the capacity of how to do this, how to birth a seed of tenderness, because those of us who focus on this seed of tenderness and this seed of love, we have the capacity for the entire collective to transform the internal and external realms simultaneous. Tenderness is an essence that brings us to a recognition of the delicacy of energy and how energy works. So I'm sure we've all noticed how much more reflective our external environment has become to our thought consciousness. Like we have one little thought and we go, oh God, cancel clear. But that thought is already manifesting outside of us. So we're all in this together. There's no one alone, there's no one separate, there's no one better. We're just all sharing what we're learning in this process. If this LoveStream is helpful, please share it. There's that weed eater. So what I have learned in navigating my energy into this place of tenderness, of holding this seed, is that I have to continually bring my focus inside of me to my internal process. Miss Freedom and Miss Symphonic have been very helpful for me on my process to learn the delicate nature of love. And like I say, many other epic beings in my world have been a great reflection to me. And that's how I look at everyone and everything in my story and journey. So if we can just take a moment now with our delicate seed to look at everything, everyone in our creation, and how it has been giving us the opportunity to learn to be like Tai Chi or Qigong. Little fairy flying in my face. The little fairy was giving me some opportunity to learn my relationship with energy. Everything has been transforming my awareness, simply awareness beyond a story. Just simply awareness. One love you. Simply my awareness of energy, because we are energy perfects, energy masters, energy hunas. I have noticed over time that when I walk now, there's no sound. when I walk in our beautiful community home, there's no sound coming from my feet landing. I feel like I'm floating. That's all coming from the commitment to be devotional to witnessing energy and my relation to it. This is how we birth the seed of love and tenderness within our heart space, upon what we call the earth, physicality, the reality, to move in and out of form at will. We become so highly attuned to the beauty of the proton, the atom, the sophionic harmonic where the particle and the wave converge. We just keep, hi, who's that? I was going to say it was Mr. Gauchi, but it's not. I'm sorry, it's the light. I can't see the names so good right now. John Kennedy, I can see you, aloha. So, yeah, it's like continually come back to holding the golden seed in our hand if we just need to realign, if the external, or if we're experiencing pain or separation or suffering or anything, even if it's like the most refined way now to experience it, just come back to the golden seed. The thing I've shared before is hands on the heart. That was helping us to reattune with our truth and our purpose. So hands on the heart, super powerful. Rocking to bring us back to that place of stillness and love, beyond all the stories, beyond all the distraction, beyond what we're perceiving with our eyes to be real, because it's not. It's only real if we make it. And there's these lovely little gnat bugs. They are making me very attuned to my energy also. Okay, so now we have the hands on the heart, which we've been using for some miracle coordinates to help us like just stay really centered in the body. This is all like, everything we're here to do right now is to learn to navigate these light ships. Once again, we're going to Egypt in November, and maybe you're coming with us. And even if you're not coming with us, you're coming with us because we're all one. And it's a journey of love and tenderness. It's a journey of truly re-invoking and embodying the gift of love. This is a romantic journey. The return to the romance of love. And the romance of love begins with how we stabilize, how we interact with our energy. It's a dance. So we know the hands on the heart as a technique. Use it because the palm chakras hold the points of all of the meridians in the body, and when they go in the high heart, there is an activation. It's like simple Gnostic wisdom, but we'll write the book about it together, all of us. And we're not going to copyright it. Next, hold the golden seed of love with the most delicate tenderness. Because what I've learned in my own journey is that the moment that I'm not being tender to myself, the moment I'm not being tender to myself, I'm not being attuned and attentive to energy, and then that energy is going to reverberate out and it's going to come back to me in ways that I would rather not experience. So it's okay. I'm used to that expression, falling off the horse, but I'm not falling off the horse. I love horses. I have learned so much in my life since forever. So tenderness is about attunement and attentiveness to every particle of creation. Symphonic and I were doing Bikram's yoga yesterday. We were very hot and sweaty here in Mu. It's kind of like the wet season is just starting to approach us, and it makes it really steamy for Bikram's yoga. If you love this LoveStream, please share it as gifting. And in Bikram's yoga, as I often do, I was having, the trees. The wind is blowing through. I was having a really amazing teaching come through, and it was reminding me of my walk and my journey with water. I walked around the planet praying with water for 8 years, and I would always say when I was doing a water blessing, Mini Wachoni, water is life. One drop of water is all it takes to change the world. And as we know, we are the water. And so in the Bikram's yoga, the guidance was tuning me into my diamond light body. And of course, the diamond light body is where our interdimensional capacities really begin to emanate through us. So couldn't the diamond light body and one drop of water of who we are both be the same? I think so. Yeah, we're going to run up into the trees and find some shade. There we go. So we can sit down under this bamboo. So in Bikram's yoga, the guidance in all of this, anyone who does Bikram's yoga knows that there's a lot of sweat going on. And the guidance was reminding me of my diamond light body, and it was putting one holographic image right in the center of the water of me. And with every breath, because in yoga is about breath, with every breath that was going out, all of the particles, because breath is water droplets, all of the particles of water had the same holographic image, and my whole field was being surrounded by this one holographic image of love. And what I've noticed as we pass through this window of peace and learning to find that gentle tenderness and perfection in our energy, as within, so without, so that we're balancing the entire field of energy. We are collapsing the boundaries between the particle and the wave so that everything feels the same. You know, we had to get through the stories and the emotional energy and the mental energy and all of that, but ultimately, hi Kylie-Ann, ultimately it's all about equalizing the field to quantum. So we're learning, what does that feel like? And it just comes through choice, and it just comes through commanding the field to, when we're in a mental process, collapse those mental thoughts. When we're in an emotional process, collapse them. It's not about suppressing, but it's about removing the container around that droplet of water or that field of energy. This is what it means to go quantum. So that that's why the Qigong master says to all of his students, push me over and no one can. Because the Qigong master has merged everything inside of them. So there are no boundaries. See, when we put boundaries up, that's when we get resistance. It's true. And our process might be learning to create boundaries, but then boundaries are meant to be dissolved. Because once the magic flows into the container of that boundary, we can release it. So that eventually there are no boundaries. Do we think Jesus had boundaries? Love is an open field. So to birth the love that Source has now gifted us as we have passed through this peace window is to hold and nurture this golden seed, this golden emanation with the most delicate tenderness. It's like we are creating a world with spaciousness to just, like you see birds, there's albatross here in Moo. Albatross, they're amazing. Like 16-foot wingspan. I don't know, we met a fisherman, he told us he saw a bird with a 20-foot wingspan. So like the penguins, you know how they nurture that egg and they take turns? Do they take turns sitting on it, or is it the masculine that sits? Anyways, it doesn't matter, they're both the same. The nurturing of that egg that penguins do in the freezing cold, like they put all of their love into it. This is the secret of where we're at. Allie, love you. Mwah. Love to you and the fam. We are at the moment, I promise, everything that seems like conflict or whatever is just a distraction for us to bring our energy to tenderness, like the penguins do with the seed that they sit on. If we bring our energy to the tenderness of the love and we nurture it, it's not a thing. It's an essence, it's an emanation, it's an energetic. And it's here and it's fully available for us as a collective. And it is about monitoring every iota of energy inside of us. This whole thing about collapsing and all these different words or techniques that we've used have been about collapsing boundaries of anything we have created. Ho'oponopono and all of that. What does it actually mean? Ho'oponopono takes us quantum, because the true Ho'oponopono prayer is actually about liberating the energy over and over to remain fully quantum. Some of these concepts maybe are a little bit hard to explain. But we are going quantum. So the tenderness of love and the journey of love and our journey to Egypt, which we'll share more about as the transmission comes in, but it is about true genesis. And true genesis means coming back into alignment in physicality with the essence of tenderness. It's the gate. So anything going on inside of us, the other day I had this massive experience with the diamond light body. It was like all these crystals. I just closed my eyes. I was recognizing some just, little emotional thoughts or patterns. And the guidance has been teaching me to bring it all into the field of bliss. Because there's something that can happen on our journey, which is we get really good at collapsing and being zen and neutral and like in the void. But then there's really no enjoyment to life. You can hang out there for a long time. But then what is the purpose of being here and being human? So the guidance was like, well, you've really mastered, you know how to do stillness. You've done it for a long time. Let's turn everything into bliss field. So I shared this on another LoveStream. We've been doing water fasting. And in the process of going back to eating, the guidance has had me experiment so that when I'm eating, it's turning everything into the same feeling as the light, as the water fasting. So that there's no judgment in my field that eating is better than fasting. or that fasting is better than eating. These are like the final remnants of what we are learning to resolve inside of our human systems, is to bring everything into the field of stillness and then bliss them. This has brought so much energy to my system to now bring everything into the state of bliss. We could say it's gone from wisdom to blissdom. We are the commanders of our field, and so we want to be in communication with that aspect of ourselves. I'm having lay down on the bed and have frank conversations with that part of myself. If I feel like I am stuck or am struggling, this love stream is helpful, please share it. That's gifting. I lay down on the bed and I go, okay, I know we came to do this together, to merge heaven and earth, to bring peace to every iota of everything, to be divine union, to experience divine union, to experience divine communion, and create miracles. I have these conversations with my oversoul and I go, I know we're learning this together, and I know that you've gifted me and you've gifted me experiences, and then maybe it brought up everything in me that needed to be cleared. And so in my water fast, I came to terms with all of that. I really came to seeing where I had not been in a field of tenderness, where I hadn't learned the perfection of my energy yet, and of course we're all still learning. But by reviewing, I could go, oh gosh, yeah, I had my foot way too heavy on the gas pedal there and way too heavy on the brakes here. But I'm learning. And I'm devoted and I'm dedicated because I have left my body many times. And when I left my body on November 22nd, 2015, and I went through the gates, and the guidance said that I had graduated, and that I did not need to come back here. And if I did, it was to help unlock the superabundance, and that is what we are sharing. That's what this sharing is. How to unlock the superabundance, and what does that really mean? Like we say, this is not about Nasara or the spiritual white boy account. This is about the golden seed of everything that creation is gifting us. It is the unlocking of the energy within us from physicality. It doesn't mean leaving the body. It means becoming perfected as moving, as a particle and a wave, where spirit and matter are converging, becoming full kunas of our reality. This is where we're at. It's quantum. Take my hand through the gate. Let's unlock this superabundance together. What if everyone in the world, as we said before, if we just sat and held the golden seed with the most immaculate tenderness together, and we stopped looking at each other for any purpose other than to share joyfully and celebratory in the experience together. So it's like the metaphor I'm being shown is like a bunch of little kindergarten students sitting down. If the teacher was to put this golden seed of light in their hands, and all of the kindergarten students were sitting together. You know how cute little kids are in kindergarten class, and you give them something special? It's just epic to watch them. Because kids know how to be tender. And you go, oh, be gentle with a puppy. It's inherent in us to be gentle and tender. And so something else I'm guided to share is we've had some really interesting communion and conversation with beautiful beings in the last few miracle coordinates. And of course we're whole in our bodies, but communion with some different men who have expressed to me what they've been going through. and their experience of the rising of the feminine within them. And one man we were sharing with last Miracle Coordinate Night, it was so fun to share and funny, and he was saying, like, when his feminine started to rise within him, he was like, this is weird, what is this? And so he said he's been navigating his warrior spirit, and that spirit to continually go, like, there's just one more fight, there's one more battle, there's one more forefront to protect. And so he's been recognizing within him how that is a part of the ego that he's dissolving within him. And this is part of what allows us, Galad, aloha, allows us to go quantum, is to be all these kindergarten students set aside, like even in war zones, which I traveled through in my lifetime. Hard to believe. Even in war zones, if you take children and you give them something special, they are so focused on it. That's us. That is our power to focus on this golden seed of love with tenderness in totality, each one of us, and go, I got it. I got the codes. Thank you, Cosmic Love, Unity, Grace. I got it. I get it. I get it. I get it. It makes total sense. All we have to do, whoa, look at the wind. Makes total sense to the elementals. All we are being asked to do is to do everything with tenderness. It's the key. I know this is shortcutting us to quantum because it's shortcutting me to quantum, and I am so gracious filled for every reflection of me that has been in my world, and all of you, all of we, as a reflection to learn how to navigate this, and for every experience that has come to me, and all of we are so gracious filled. And the importance of this love stream felt today to share that what I have discovered in my own self-inquiry in the last few miracle weeks is what is the purpose of the window that we pass through from March or April on until the middle of September. What was the purpose of all of that? Yay, Symphonic and Alicia got it. We got it. We got it. Tenderness. Tenderness is the key to the rise of the human family. So whether we're on the Mauna Kea, standing for or against the 30-meter telescope, regardless of which side we're on, if we were all interfacing with tenderness, we would remember we don't need borders, boundaries, taxes, or passports, or anything. Hi, Amy. Love you. Lovely. We don't need anything to separate us. Simply love. Simply love. And we recognize that saying love has been kind of difficult because we've been doing it from the mind, but this is a feeling process. So once again, when we put the palm chakras on the thymus and we rock both hands here, we rock, that begins to connect us back into source consciousness and alignment. And then when we bring those hands forward and we hold this golden seed of tenderness, we truly recognize what we are being given, what we are the stewards of in the physical form. How do we steward love? By holding this golden seed together. Whether we are playing the role of a warrior or a bank president or someone who cleans up the streets in India, it doesn't matter. If we are currently physically holding the hand of a partner or a beloved, and we are experiencing difficulty, challenges, or suffering, and we think it's the other one of us, it's not. Guaranteed promise, there's nothing more to figure out, just simply love. Like we said earlier, just hold the hand of that partner and be gracious filled that you get to actually hold hands together while going through this. And keep the eyes focused on the greater purpose of why we are here, to birth love together. Dana, aloha. So, I'm guided and inspired to do an online retreat on Friday to connect our beloved Ohana for anyone who's called or guided. Symphonic is placing the notes in the comments. So here's how I was guided to do the LoveStream, and I always follow the guidance. We'll probably do a Zoom chat, so there will be a link. So let's be organized and coordinated in how we do this. I wanted to put all of the notes in this LoveStream, and I think I'll be able to put them in the top after, but when I put them in before, this LoveStream wouldn't seem to go live. So the guidance is inviting a contribution of $22.22, or just say $22.22, to participate in our video gathering, while simultaneously every event that we ever host, we always say no one is turned away. And so that's just an opportunity for some reciprocity to support all that we are doing here on the planet. So if you want to participate and you have 2222 and that feels like a resonant reciprocation and contribution, you can send it to peaceloveandmiracles@gmail.com. We'll put the notes here. If 2222 is not resonant for you and you feel guided to participate, we want you. So the 2222 people just write, then you're going to email me at peaceloveandmiracles, just with the header saying Cosmic Quantum Love, all in Cosmic Quantum Love in the header. If it feels non-resonant to send 2222, just email me at peaceloveandmiracles with the header saying all are welcome. I love the creative nature of creation. If you're interested in knowing more about the journeys that we are about to begin hosting around the planet to open up these Stargate portals called First Contact, and our trip to Egypt, then send an email to Peace, Love, and Miracles. And I think in the notes I said something like Cosmic Quantum Love Adventures or something like that. You'll see it in the notes. So just send to Peace, Love, and Miracles that header and that email. There, Miss Symphonic's putting all these notes here in this chat so you can see them. I put a link here for our Patreon Cosmic Quantum Love community. We're experimenting with that right now, if you want to join. I put a link for our Spreaker podcast, where I have been bringing through all the light body activations as they have been coming through real time. You can go to Spreaker. All of those Spreaker podcasts are available to everyone. Check them out. I put a link for a really favorite one of mine that Guilherme Unity put to music, which I love. It's all in the notes of this chat. And I put a link for Shema's recent astrology about the equinox and Isis and Genesis and Immaculate Conception in the Virgo and where we're at. because when the Egypt journey started to come through in early September, and then it waned for a moment, and then the other day Miss Symphonic and I were cleaning one of the outdoor bathrooms at our communal home for our regular Satnam Saturday beautiful gathering here in Moo. And all of a sudden I was like, oh God, Symphonic, here it comes. It's the Egypt thing. It's coming with clarity. The stream of consciousness is coming in. And the guidance said the journey to Egypt is all about Isis. And so then to be guided to look at Shane Shima's post for the equinox and see that Shane had written Genesis and Isis and all of these pieces, because we are the Genesis. These codes are super quantum. They are coming in with tenacity. All the blue avians and blue beings are coming to me and communicating with me, these councils. It is information that is coming in for me and to me that I'm like Googling and looking up and going like, wow, this is for real. So for any of us who love Yogananda and Babaji and Tara and that whole group and Yeshua and Magdalene, these are the Blue Being Councils, and they are inviting us to go quantum, and they're showing us the keys of how to organize ourselves tenderly, how to navigate this process through tenderness. And again, tenderness is our relationship with our energy in totality. And inside tenderness, we immaculately birth the true divine human. So our trip to Egypt, we know, is going to be, it already is profound. Unlocking the gates of many places and things that have yet to be revealed in Egypt. We have an epic crew that we work with in Egypt that we've done journeys with before. And the last time we went to Egypt was some heavy lifting. Our crew all knows that. Maybe some of that crew will come again, because this time this miracle is the celebration. It's the celebration of love and the journey of love. And we are bringing that journey back to the Nilotic Meridian. And Credo Mutua, I love you so much for how you have guided me up in the stars and the heavens, and my Dogon elder brother Bikbai, and so many others. I feel that the white lions are calling us. They're calling us home together. Who knows, maybe after Egypt we'll go sit on the Nilotic Meridian with the white lions in South Africa. Let's see what happens. Let the remainder of 2019 be fabulous, and 2020 is the grand miracle celebration. So let's get this show on the road. Let's begin the traveling together. We know that that is the coordinates that are coming through now, and the guidance is showing us how to do this, how to interface with the stargates of creation and all of the portals that maybe were shut down. Arafin! Oh, talk about a master of energy. Mr. Arafin is joining us. If you love this love stream, please share it. Arafin, come with us to Egypt. I heard Nassim is doing something in Mexico in November, but come with us to Egypt instead. Bring your great wisdom, please. Yeah, we are officially getting the show on the road for humanity of the Miracle Jubilee celebration. 2020 is 2020 vision, and that's when the veils come off. So let's get this largest global broadcasting network for peace up and running. I'm just going to keep doing what I do best, just sharing the transmissions. And I know that I am surrounded by the most epic crew on the planet who is meant to be with us, bringing through the social media aspects of opening ourselves to quantum. The Living Library .love, the largest global broadcasting network for peace. All of the visions that I was shown coming to fruition, opening the pillars to the cosmic Akash. So maybe you'll be joining us on one of these journeys. Oh my gosh, epic butterfly just flew over. That was a miracle. Let's sit together in awe. Let's remember that we are resourceful and filled with infinite resources. And let's get over these stories about I don't have money and I can't go or whatever. Like, none of this is about money. It is about the tenderness of the seed of love and us recognizing what we are truly birthing. And when we have a communion and a community of tender beings that are nurturing a seed, and we are listening to creation, that is a miracle jubilee celebration where all are welcome and miracles occur when we receive the guidance and we are organizing and organized into the most beautiful formations. So let's just be in one promise together. That we are truly at the miracle of celebration. Simply that. There's no more work left to do. None. We have all the codes within us. Juniper, come to Egypt. Bring your fire spinning. Let's create the opening for access to all of these sacred portals that are now ready to open. You know, if we're emissaries of love, how do we get accepted into the cosmos to sit at the table with some seven-headed monster that in some play and in some world ate all of our family members? You know what I'm saying? Like, none of it's real. Ho'oponopono forgiveness and tenderness. Like, this is the super abundance. Can you feel it inside of yourself when we talk about it? This is the super abundance, to actually experience the tenderness of love and be a willing participant of it, steward of it, birther of it. Gosh, my whole body in feeling the tenderness inside of me, because this is what I've learned from all of my beautiful reflections. And Guilherme Unity, I really thank you for all of the lessons that we have learned together. I feel that Guilherme is a very special being on my path that has taken me ever deeper into the understanding of the delicacy and the tender nature of love. with the great assistance of beautiful friends like Sandalphon, Universal Love, and Symphonic, and Freedom, and Celestial, and Becca, and Harmony Bell, and so many others. Lawrence Wendell, you have just been a rock star out there, dude. A superstar. Helping to break down all the barriers. So I'm grateful and I'm gracious filled for all the teachings and the learnings that have helped me to soften myself and open myself into perfection. Always perfecting this energy. And to truly, in the last few weeks and miracle days, come into the true understanding of our purpose. We can talk about love, but to actually see that we are nurturing the most delicate seed together. And to really engage with every iota of energy in this way. I deeply bow, thank, and honor all of we as noble reflections. So again, just to review, we're having a webinar on Friday, 22/22. If you could send that to peaceloveandmiracles@gmail.com, and then send me an email to the same email address with the header, all in Cosmic Quantum Love, whatever I wrote here in the notes, you'll see it. If 22/22 is not resonant for you, if there's a different number that's resonant for you and you feel inspired to send that for some reciprocity to support the message. You know, I've been doing this for 10 years and have been putting it all out. Open source. And if you want to participate and there is numbers are not part of your exchange, then send us an email, because remember, this requires us a lot of time to organize this and all that stuff. But send us an email saying all are welcome, just in the subject header, and then we'll just send you the link. This is a way of making it easy. And if you're interested in our journeys, there's some header you're going to send, and it's in the notes. You'll see it. It's really fun and funny because the guidance comes through with all these creative suggestions. Please check out Spreaker, Unity Transmissions. Thank you to Freedom for inspiring setting that up many years ago. We got it up and running in January, all lights out on the dark side of the moon. The lunar eclipse was our original posting. The transmissions I know that come through me are extremely profound, and most of us have not even truly been in the presence of them, because these love streams are kind of a transmission, but I'd say they're not quite the real thing, because when you sit in the presence of the transmission, the walls of time and space go in and out of form, and they really take us quantum. So check out the Spreaker Unity Transmissions. We have a YouTube, Unity Transmissions. We have Facebook page, Unity Transmissions. We have PureEnergy.love by Mr. Universal Love, Sandalphon. The Living Universe, the Living Library. Here we are to infuse the world with our divine union, love, and tenderness. See we in the miracle. Maybe we'll see we Friday in the webinar. Let's put all our pieces together. This is how we did this. We never know what's going to come up through the webinar or through the transmissions, so it's always a great divine journey and experiment. Let's sit with the white lions on the Nilotic Meridian. let's bow to all of our elders who have been working in all of these realms guiding us, and let's call forth those star nations. Let's honor every creature upon the earth and beyond throughout all the cosmos, and let us truly come into the divine union and celebration of love, the miracle jubilee of our journey in this container. And let's ignite the 60th gene. And the 60th gene ignites in multiple beings the end of the world as we know it, and our consciousness collectively takes the quantum leap. Cosmic quantum love. This is how we do it. I love you. You love me. We love we. Thank you so much. Thank we so much. Love we so much. Every reflection of we has been on the absolute identical archetypal journey. Different details, different stories, different colors, different flavors. It's all been the same together. Emissaries of love throughout the cosmos. Hi, Jim. Emissaries of love throughout the cosmos. Together. Portals opening inside of we, the singularity in our hearts. Estelle, love we, come be our translator. Let's make these journeys that we are being guided to do around the planet together, let's make them epic. We're going to find out where they are, and it's going to go from now all through 2020. There's a butterfly. Oh my gosh. I wonder if you can see it. Can you see the little butterfly? Let's make these journeys epic together. Let's make it like an ohana traveling the cosmos together. And let's discover the power of unity and love and peace and wisdom. Time to experience cosmic quantum. We're going to swim with dolphins. We already are. We are dolphins. Cosmic quantum love. If this love stream is helpful, please share it. I'm going to put all of the notes and all of the information in. I'm going to edit the video and put it in the top if I am able to. So you can go back and find all the details there for anything that you might feel guided to participate in. Thank you for being you. Thank you for your love. Thank you for your support to me. It means the world to me. The notes that I get from people are the notes. I remember when I first met Nassim Haramein, and we had such a karmic path on this planet together, and when we first met, and I was like, oh dude, like, thank you for being you and doing what you do. It just changed my life. It validated everything. And Nassim said to me, it's people like you who keep me going, because it hasn't been an easy process. And so the year that I met Nassim was really a huge year for me. So miracles galore that year. And you know, I often think back to that moment of meeting, because it's the notes that I get from all of you that have made a huge difference to me to keep me going. When I go, I don't think I really make a difference. Or when I've been really down and low in the dark corners of the planet, or potentially lost myself to energies that I dove really deep into to serve my purpose. And then sometimes just feeling like, we don't make a difference. It doesn't really matter. And then I get these epic notes from all of you, all of we, and they bring tears to my eyes, and I go, okay, I'll keep going. And I've gotten a few of those notes recently that have just, that expression blown me away. To go, wow, I must be embodying something. And to me, it's this tenderness piece that I'm really coming to understand inside of me now. My capacity for tenderness when I remember how to place my awareness on my energy and the profound influence that tenderness can have, bring transformation. So that is my gift flowing through in this miracle coordinate, and I'm so inspired to do something really fun and enjoyable with it, like travel the world with all of you on epic journeys around the globe, and sing and make art and bring this whole journey to the culmination. The 64th gene is to turn the whole hero's journey into art. So let's travel the world and do that together. And the emissaries of the opening of the stargates. So thank you, each of you. I love you all so much. Beyond the beyond. And if this love stream is helpful, please share it. Or inspiring, please share it. That's gifting. All right. Thank you so much. Love, 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 love me so much. So much. And I'm excited for more co-creation, collaboration, and sharing, and for our whole social media pod network to just rise up and present and go, I want to be on those journeys, and I know how to crowdfund this or whatever, or I know a billionaire and he's going to pay for it, or we got the tickets, or it's not even, it's just, you know what I'm saying, the right team is now truly coming together. The pod, we have everything in us, everything, to really have fun in this celebration. And we feel July 2020 we will be on the top of Mount Sinai, we'll discover, but it's all inside of us, simultaneous. We don't have to go anywhere to do it, but now this amazing thing is happening where we actually get to go externally because we've navigated inside of us. So I love collaboration. If anyone hears the love streams and they want to put them to cool music and stuff, make co-creations, use sound bites from them, let's do it. I know that the transmissions that come through me when they really start flowing are meant to be shared massively with the collective, because I know it's what's coming through the space between the words of the love streams. So if you want to make collaborations with them or whatever, just send me a little note, or do it and send me the collaboration. I love creativity together, and I love being surprised by it. Makes me so happy. All right. Let's do a tone together to nurture our golden seeds with tenderness, or just breathe on them, or whatever we're inspired to as we complete this beautiful transmission together. Here we go. I think I'm just going to emanate love on mine for a moment, but if you want a tone or whatever, let's do it together. Our golden seeds from this beautiful love stream transmission. Here we go. for all of life and all of creation. Cosmic quantum love. Aloha.